Hello, today I'm gonna share a theory that I saw in a comment on one of my videos where it was more of an idea, not actually a theory, but at any rate, I'm gonna talk about it today and the topic is Acnologia kidnaps Lucy. So before I actually begin, the theory is of course going to be based on the idea that Acnologia had a thing with Anna Heartfilia, so keep this in mind while watching the video. So right now we're in the Alver's Empire arc of Fairy Tail, but chances are we'll be getting a completely separate arc with Acnologia. But as many may have considered themselves, a fight with Acnologia will not fill out the space of even a mini arc unless Hero is gonna pull some Dragon Ball shit with a 2-hour fight not including dialogues. So I think it's likely, or at least possible, that we're going to have an event by the very end of the current arc. This event will involve Acnologia. When Acnologia eventually comes around, he's going to see a blonde woman, and although it's been 400 years ever since Anna Heartfilia died, Acnologia might be delusional and think that he's looking at a long lost friend, or he may see the resemblance of Anna and Lucy as well as a relatively similar smell. I mean, we know that they wouldn't have the exact same scent, but it may be similar to that of Anna, so he might take Lucy for whatever reason, just because they're related or whatever. This would kick in another arc, possibly the final plot important arc of Fairy Tail. And what kind of arc would that be exactly? Well, I think that if this were to happen, we'd be seeing a mixture of an end battle of Fairy Tail as well as a rescue mission kind of arc. Kinda like with Phantom, except very different. While the Phantom Lord arc was more about the guild war and Lucy as triggering that war, this fight will have at least two reasons. Firstly, they took Lucy, and in that sense it's very similar to Phantom, and could probably be considered a reference to the old Fairy Tail content as we have seen done before. Like Natsu's return after the 1-year time skip, those chapters had so many references from chapter 1 of Fairy Tail, it was ridiculous. The second reason is of course the fact that it's Acnologia, the final villain of Fairy Tail, at least potentially the final villain of Fairy Tail. I mean, I think it's safe to assume he's the strongest villain at this point, but whether he's the last, well, we can't really know for sure, so Natsu and the rest of Fairy Tail's elite will hunt Acnologia down wherever he decides to go. Mount Sonia perhaps, I mean, that's the only location we know he's been at. Apart from that, the location he's been seen in haven't been confirmed really, so it could all very well be at Mount Sonia. Now we know that if this happens, that hell would break loose within Fairy Tail, and Natsu more than the rest because he's closer attached to Lucy than anyone else is. So we would see Natsu go completely ham on Acnologia once they get to him eventually, but of course Natsu would never be able to take on Acnologia on his own. I just don't see it happening, in all honesty. And I mean, Acnologia is a menace. Not even e.n.d. would take Acnologia alone, I don't think. I mean, we have no idea how strong e.n.d. really is. He could be a wuss for all we know, but it's pretty unlikely. So exactly who would accompany Natsu on this rescue mission? I mean, obviously only a select few would, because not everyone is strong enough to even survive it. Ursa is most likely also out of the question following the events of chapter 518. I mean, her bones are broken, so it'll take more time than usual for her to recover, even if she survives at all. My guess is that we'll probably see Natsu, Gildarts, Grey, Gajil, Wendy, Sting, Rogue, Loxus, and possibly Jalal and Cobra. As you may have noticed, I brought up all the Dragon Slayers, and the reasoning shouldn't need to be explained. They're Dragon Slayers. Acnologia has a dragon form. It's the best counter, I'd say. Depending on if any Spriggans turn, we might of course see them also come around, preferably August if possible, but I'm not too sure if he'll turn to the light. I mean, he's a pretty stubborn old fuck who just wanna follow Zeref, so that would mean Zeref would need to either somehow die without Natsu going with him, or Zeref would need a change of heart, which I seriously doubt he will at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, the arc to rescue Lucy as well as defeating Acnologia is a possible solution to the ending of the series, or at least ending of the main plot of the series. We might of course have a few arcs following that, or well, about one I guess, to wrap things up, but I don't really see it going any further than that unless some unknown threat surfaces like Angsuram, but I don't think Angsuram will make an appearance. If he does, I'll be a bit disappointed in all honesty. Oh well, I'm going to end the video here, so let me know what you think down below in the comments about this potential arc theory. Lucy being taken by Acnologia because of her resemblance to Anna Heartfilia. And as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new to my channel. See you soon.